Hey everyone, I am here with Mrs. Joe Fischer. Each week we have brought you a different topic to consider during this time of isolation. And this past week, I was looking at the news and it seems like addiction is just through the roof. Alcohol sales are up, porn sites are giving out free subscriptions. Many people are caught in isolation right now. And I always think back to 1 Peter, where it says, our enemy, the thief, he's out to steal, kill, and destroy. He's like that lion. And lions, they love to find those prey that are isolated. So Joe is so sweet. She's involved with a program called Celebrate Recovery. And just wanted to hear from you. Well, what is Celebrate Recovery? Who can get involved? Just elaborate, if you would.
All right, thank you. The answer to who needs Celebrate Recovery, the answer to who can benefit by it, it's going to take a while because, in essence, almost all of us can. We all have hurts in our past, and most of us have hurts that have not been addressed, that have not been faced. And those hurts can contribute to hurtful habits. And to be honest, we all have hang-ups. Right. The original 12-step program was designed for those with an addiction to alcohol. But Celebrate Recovery is not just for those facing addictions. It is Christ-centered and Bible-centered. A few years ago in our church, the CR team, Celebrate Recovery team, passed out a list of questions. And those questions are probably more relevant today in our time at home than they were back then. And you know, in John 10:10, Jesus said, I've come to give abundant life. But if you're just okay, if you just manage, you're not living an abundant life. Do you have feelings of persistent low self-esteem? Do you find your life troubled and chaotic? Have you asked God to change you without any apparent results? Have you tried to change the behavior of those around you? Do you feel angry, hurt, and ask yourself, why do they resent me? Are serenity and peace only ideals, seldom experienced? Do you hide from and deny pain or fear? And now, when we're forced to stay home, do you find yourself cruising the internet shopping for things you don't need? Celebrate Recovery deals with so many needs. There are addictions to pornography, addictions to alcohol, to gambling, to food. There's anger, there's depression, there's codependency. So you see, Ryan, Celebrate Recovery is really for anyone who cannot fix themselves, which is all of us, and it's anyone who's willing to admit they need help. In 2 Timothy 1:7, we're told, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. And he told us in Matthew 19:26, Jesus said, yeah, it's impossible with humans, but with God, all things are possible.
I love it. We all have hurts, habits, and hang-ups. Yes. Sometimes that is hard to deal with and hard to acknowledge that we're broken. A lot of it sounds pretty serious. I mean, is there a lighter side to CR? You're a really nice person. Tell us what happens outside of, sharing our hurts.
All right, we get together once a week and we get real close because we're so honest with each other. We have to be. The premise of coming is admitting that you are broken. And we normally meet every week, and we begin with a meal furnished by people here in our church. And we celebrate our victory with tokens, with these chips. And they designate how long we've been in victory over something we're battling, alcohol or smoking, anything like that. But my favorite is the blue chip, because the blue chip, although it says, my grace is sufficient for you, just like the other chips, It doesn't have a date on it. It doesn't say, I've been in recovery for 3 days or 1 day. It says, I'm getting into recovery. It signifies stepping out of the denial that everything is great and asking God for help and the group to walk with me in my recovery. One of the strengths of CR is that we realize we're not the only ones who aren't living abundantly. In Ecclesiastes 4:10, God's word tells us, if anyone falls, another walking with them can reach out and help. But anyone who falls alone is in real trouble. I like that translation.
Yeah.
Another strength is that we know others have struggled. We also hear from them. We share when we've relapsed. And we hear from God's word that we need to come back and try again when we relapse. We have one dear friend who came to CR and relapsed and came and relapsed. The cycle repeated so many times. She's now clean and healthy, spiritually and physically, and she's the one that asked me to say, try again. When you fall down, get up and try again.
That sounds like a good community to be a part of.
Thank
So
you.
right now we're in isolation. In the past, y'all have met on Monday nights right here in the church. Right now, what can we do right now given our restrictions?
Well, even though I'm as old as I am, with help in the church, we've set up a weekly Zoom for Celebrate Recovery. It's at the same time as our regular meeting, our step study on Monday nights at 6 p.m. And if you will contact us at cr@bcc2020@gmail.com, and the address will be on this, we will send you an invitation to attend the meeting. We would love to hear from you. You know, Jesus said in John 14:27, peace I leave you, my peace I give to you. And that's what Celebrate Recovery is for. Peace in Jesus. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Miss Joe. And yeah, we'll put all the notes right there under this video. Feel free to check it out and get involved. Isolation is where Satan does his best work, so let's connect.
One more thing I'd like to say. We're not the only Celebrate Recovery in the country. We're not the only Celebrate Recovery with a Zoom. You can go online and look for Celebrate Recovery Zooms. There are Zooms meeting every day of the week. There are Zooms from larger groups and more experienced than us. But find help. Go.
Thank you.